Wisconsin's rental assistance program is coming to an end. What officials say people can do if they still need help.
Plus, we're waiting for a verdict in the double homicide trial of former Badger Marcus Randall. We'll take you to the courtroom.
And as President Biden faces scrutiny over classified documents, another batch is found at former Vice President Mike Pence's home in Indiana. Take a closer look at the timeline of that discovery. You're watching News 3 now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5. Any minute now, we're expecting a verdict in the double homicide trial for former Badger Marcus Randall.
He faces homicide charges for the shooting deaths of 27-year-old Brittany McAdory and 30-year-old Sierra Winchester. He has pleaded not guilty in this case. Our Catherine Burke joins us live now from the Rock County Courthouse with a look at today's closing arguments. Catherine?
At this point, the jury has been deliberating for almost an hour and a half, with a moment for the jury to ask the attorneys to play some pieces of evidence again. This comes after the state and defense both gave their closing arguments earlier this afternoon. The state showed the jury a digital presentation of what it believes is the timeline of Marcus Randall's actions before, during, and after his alleged homicides. The defense told the jury there are gaps in this case that need to be considered to charge Randall with these crimes.
Don't look at one piece of puzzle in isolation. One piece of the puzzle in isolation means nothing. What I'm asking you to do, please, is put all the pieces together, and what that will show you is a picture. And that picture is a picture of guilt.
Gun connecting him to the shooting. There's no DNA connecting him to the shooting. There's no fingerprints connecting him to the shooting. There's no witnesses connecting him to the shooting.
We don't know when we're going to get a decision from the jury tonight. The courthouse typically closes at 4:30, but the judge says she's going to let the jury go as long as it needs to. We'll keep you updated on our social media pages and on our website at channel3000.com with updates as it becomes available. Reporting live in Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio. Gary?
Skies have been mostly cloudy all day. Every once in a while you see a little bit of a break in the overcast, but those clouds will thicken up tonight, and we'll see some snow by this time tomorrow. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. You can see there was more sunshine to the north and east of Madison than there was to the west, but now those clouds are starting to win out. Doppler track shows some flurries up in the northern portion of the Midwest, but the snow that we're watching is just off the map to the south and west. High temperatures today right around the freezing mark. Madison hit 33 degrees. Milwaukee hit 37. Temperatures were right around freezing to the north. Current temperatures are just below freezing in Madison, although Janesville's still above that at 34 degrees. Across Dane County, we're seeing temperatures right around the freezing mark or just a little bit below. 29 right now in Sun Prairie, 31 in Cross Plains, and 32 degrees in Belleville. Look for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Temperatures holding nearly steady in the upper 20s. The chances for snow will start to increase from south to north overnight. I'll tell you how much snow we can expect in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Wisconsin's roughly $550 million pot of cash for emergency rental assistance has just about run out since pandemic relief started in early 2021.
In fact, the state-run portion of the program is coming to an end next week, and top officials are encouraging anyone in need of help to apply while they still can. Tahlil Moeddin joins us now with more. Tahlil?
The state alone paid out over $240 million to help Wisconsin families cover costs for rent, utilities, water, and internet for almost 2 years. The Department of Administration worked with county leaders to serve almost 40,000 people, helping them stay afloat during the worst of the pandemic. Secretary of the Department of Administration, Kathy Blumenfeld, says while there is still more need than there are funds available, she considers the program a success.
We've heard from recipients of these funds how meaningful it was to know that they had a roof over their head and could have some additional peace of mind during that time, because many of these families and people were struggling with other things at the same time.
Larger municipalities with more than 200,000 residents like Dane, Brown, and Waukesha counties have programs that work independently from the state. Federally funded emergency rental assistance programs, though, across the country are expected to run dry by the end of the year, including in Dane counties. While the programs are coming to an end, state leaders say applications for help are on the rise. Tonight at 6, we'll share why that is and what options for help remain.
Tahlil, thank you.
We will see you at 6. Developing now, state law enforcement agent Mark Wagner has pleaded not guilty in the shooting of Quadron Wilson.
Well, Wagner is facing one charge of recklessly endangering safety after investigators determined he shot Wilson during an attempted arrest last February. Wagner's attorneys argued he thought Wilson was shooting at him, but the investigation found Wilson was not armed during that incident. Wagner will be back in court for a status conference in March. Right now, Madison police are searching for 2 robbery suspects who took $6,000 in lottery tickets. This happened at a gas station in the 1000 block of North Sherman Avenue late Saturday night. Police say 2 men wearing masks entered the gas station and forced an employee on the ground at gunpoint. One of them then took the lottery tickets and also money from the register. No injuries were reported. New at 5, Grant County deputies say they will continue to search for a missing man last seen almost 2 months ago, but they are beginning to run out of credible leads. 34-year-old Ronald Henry was last seen in December at a home in Platteville. Now deputies are asking the public for any information that may lead to Henry's whereabouts. Anyone with information is asked to call the number there at the bottom of your screen, the sheriff's office, the number 608-723-2157. We are about 2 hours away from the governor's first State of the State address of his second term.
He's expected to reflect on his first term and focus on his next 4 years. Joining us live from the Capitol with a preview is political reporter Will Keneally. Will?
So we expect this speech to be a little bit of a balancing act. The governor has to, at the same time, tout his accomplishments over the last 4 years, but say that there's still more to do in an effort to pressure Republicans to pass his policies. And so in some of the early excerpts from the speech that we've seen that the governor's office has given us today, take school funding, for example. We'll hear the governor talk up significant investments in K-12 funding over the last 4 years, but at the same time say that we need more to avoid referenda. The one question, though, is whether we will hear the governor touch on abortion. Democrats have been pushing to get it on the April ballot.
I'm looking forward to, I hope, that the governor talks about expanding access to abortion. And I believe, and I know where he stands on it, but I just want to make sure he reinforces that's what Wisconsinites want.
That's Madison Representative Francesca Hong. She says that we'll also hear the governor tout small business investments, something that we heard throughout the pandemic recovery. So on the Republican side, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos will deliver the Republican response to the State of the State. We'll likely hear a back and forth over who should get credit for the state's strong financial position, whether it should be Evers or the Republican lawmakers that write the state budget. So stay tuned throughout the night. We'll have more previewing here, and live from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. You can watch a live stream, by the way, of the governor's State of the State address on channel3000.com and on our news app. It begins tonight at 7 o'clock.
New at 5, UW system officials said they plan to ban TikTok on system devices now. Nearly half of the U.S. has already blocked the popular social media app. Earlier this month, Governor Evers banned its use on Wisconsin state phones and other devices, citing potential privacy and security risks. UW-Madison has multiple TikTok accounts, including some for sports teams. They have also used it as a recruiting tool to connect with high school students.
Happening now, police are investigating 3 mass shootings in less than 48 hours in California, where at least 19 people died. Isabel Rosales has the latest as calls for action on gun violence rise.
And this is unbelievable. This is terrible.
Less than 2 days after a gunman opened fire on a dance studio in Monterey Park, killing at least 11 people, another California community rocked by gun violence.
We have never experienced anything like this.
A gunman killing at least 7 people at a mushroom farm and near a trucking facility in Half Moon Bay Monday. The sheriff says children were present at the scene.
Our hearts are torn out of our chests for all these individuals and families.
The arrest of 66-year-old Chun-Li Zhao playing out before TV cameras. Authorities say Zhao had legal possession of a semi-automatic weapon in a state with some of the strongest gun laws in the country.
All of the evidence we have points to this being the instance of workplace violence. The Mounted Mushroom Farm, the first location, is where the subject was employed.
The U.S. has now had more mass shootings in 2023 than at this point in any year on record, according to the Gun Violence Archive. President Joe Biden reacting to the latest mass shooting, calling on Congress to act quickly and ban assault weapons. As authorities work to determine the motives behind these mass shootings, communities are honoring the lives stolen and trying to make sense of senseless acts. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
The Gun Violence Archive says the Oakland shooting is the 39th mass shooting in the U.S. in the first 24 days of the calendar year.
And 2 teenagers were killed at an alternative high school in Des Moines that was created to keep teens out of trouble. Police started CPR on 2 teenage boys when they arrived at the outreach program called Starts Right Here. According to police, 18-year-old Preston Walls brought a 9mm handgun with an extended ammunition magazine into the program yesterday. An 18-year-old and 16-year-old both died at the hospital. Police say evidence indicates that the shooting was a result of a gang dispute. It's already the 6th school-related shooting of the year.
The fact that 2 kids are dead, that's horrible enough. But to think that, we've got these few safe spaces that we kind of consider sacred, and now this has happened here at one of them.
The program's founder, 49-year-old Will Holmes, is in serious condition. Holmes, a reformed gang member who is also a singer and a rapper, goes by the stage name Will Keeps. He started this nonprofit program, which partners with Des Moines Public Schools to help support at-risk students.
The Justice Department and 8 states are suing Google. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced the antitrust lawsuit filed in federal court in Virginia. It alleges that Google's dominance in digital advertising harms competition. The search giant is accused of trying to eliminate its rivals by using exclusive deals with wireless carriers and phone manufacturers to shut competitors out. Google has long claimed the digital ad market is competitive, citing rivals such as Facebook and others.
Industry executives testified before Congress today over Ticketmaster's dominance over that industry. The Senate hearing comes after millions of fans were unable to purchase or access tickets for an upcoming Taylor Swift tour. Ticketmaster blames the mishandling on unprecedented demand and bot traffic, but lawmakers are now looking into competition in the industry and ticket prices, with the consumer at the center of the conversation.
We need to make sure we have competition to bring prices down and bring innovation in and stop the fiascos.
Ticketmaster learned valuable lessons from this on sale. In hindsight, there are several things we could have done better. And let me be clear, the Ticketmaster accepts its responsibility as being the first line of defense against bots in our industry.
Meanwhile, Ticketmaster rival SeatGeek claims Ticketmaster's power over the industry allows it to maintain monopolistic influence over the market. Gary is back next with our latest First Warn forecast.
Plus another batch of classified documents uncovered, this time at the home of former Vice President Mike Pence. We'll have details and reaction after the break. And later, a Richland Center community wants to do something for the leader of an animal rescue who lost everything in a fire. We'll tell you how you can help tonight at 6.
Mixed numbers on Wall Street as the Dow adds more than 104 points today. The Nasdaq falls 30. The S&P also comes out on the losing end, down almost 3, and we'll be right back.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Don't miss the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29 at the Alliant Energy Center. New products and fresh ideas. You'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29, Alliant Energy Center.
Monsters of Destruction is coming, and coming with a vengeance. Monster Trucks, Top Trucks, Monster Truck Rides, new to Madison, Quad Wars, no rules, all things go race to the finish you don't want to miss. Buckshot, War Wizard, Heavy Hitter, Against the King, and Alcatraz, all ready for 3 massive shows. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride, snap a pic with a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again.
To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength. And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
You.
You. They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Bob's presents 2023 Furniture Resolutions. Resolution number 7, dream big. Ask what your mattress can do for you. Can it give you Bob's comfort and quality for hundreds less than the national brands? We're talking $5.99, people. Does it boast charcoal gel memory foam perfection, a hybrid inner spring plus foam option, and a 15-year warranty? Is it shipped to you in a convenient box or set up in your home with free mattress removal? Dream big with my Bobapedic Prize mattress. Bob's Discount Furniture. Furniture solutions to your resolutions.
Sir Jenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable, Sir Jenian's.
Tonight at 6, Wisconsin's Emergency Rental Assistance Program is set to close at the end of the month. News 3 Now examines how the program has helped people and what will happen for those currently relying on it. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Is your phone listening to your private conversations? I'll take a deep dive to discover who could be listening through your phone and the steps you can take to protect yourself and your privacy.
Keeping your private conversations private. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
More classified documents have been found, this time at former Vice President Pence's home in Indiana. Skylar Henry now with the latest.
CBS News has confirmed documents with classified markings were found at former Vice President Mike Pence's home in Indiana.
The handling of classified materials is a very serious issue for our nation.
The disclosure comes 2 weeks after Pence sat down with CBS News, expressing confidence no such materials were in his possession.
Our staff reviewed all of the materials in our office and in our residence to ensure that there were no classified materials that left the White House.
Days after that interview, sources tell CBS News a lawyer located the classified papers, checking 4 boxes at the Carmel, Indiana home at Pence's request. On January 18th, another Pence lawyer wrote the National Archives about the discovery, and FBI agents picked up the material on the 22nd.
I don't know how this happened. We need to get to the bottom of it. I don't believe for a minute that Mike Pence is trying to intentionally compromise national security.
The revelation from Pence, on top of the classified material discovered at President Biden's Delaware home and former D.C. office, has a lot of lawmakers talking and some taking sides.
We don't know what's in these documents, obviously, and I think the American people have a right to know at least the general subject matter.
The DOJ has assigned a special counsel to Biden's case.
I think that the president will provide more information and explanation.
And another to the classified material found in an FBI search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
New today, Walmart is raising its minimum wage from $12 to $14 an hour. It will take effect next month. The company says that hikes the average hourly wage to more than $17.50 an hour. It's also expanding its associate to driver program to help workers become Walmart truck drivers, and it's adding new college degree offerings to its free tuition plan for Walmart workers.
January is Glaucoma Awareness Month. Glaucoma, a disease that damages your eye's optic nerve, and it's a leading cause of vision loss and blindness in the U.S. There are usually no early symptoms, so about half of people don't know they have it. Anyone can develop glaucoma, but certain groups are at higher risk, including adults over 60, African Americans over 40, those with diabetes, and people with a family history of the disease. It's recommended, even if you're not in a high-risk group, to get your eyes checked by the age of 40. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, some snow is on the way. We'll see it develop later on tonight and through much of the day tomorrow. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. For the most part, it'll be light snow and some flurries, especially north and west of Madison. Minor accumulations, mainly southeast of Madison. Then some flurries Thursday, another little batch of snow showers on Friday with perhaps up to an inch of accumulation. But the big story is the cold weather that'll be coming. Much colder weather arrives this weekend with highs in the mid-teens, and then nighttime low temperatures drop below 0 by early on Monday morning, and we could see bitterly cold temperatures for a couple of days next week. Doppler track shows just some flurries up in the northern part of the Midwest. We've got one weather system passing to our north, another one farther to the south that will be the one that kind of influences us late tonight. You can see beginning at midnight tonight, the snow just starting to show up at the bottom of the map across parts of northern Missouri, southern Iowa, and central Illinois. But that moves steadily northward. By 6 o'clock or so, the snow moving into southern Wisconsin. But notice the more persistent snows stay to our south and to our east, and then just kind of wind down to flurries as we head into tomorrow evening. Snowfall amounts, probably an inch or less from Madison to the north and west. South and east of Madison, maybe some 1 to 3 inch amounts down toward the Illinois state line, and a little heavier amounts across parts of northern Illinois. There are winter weather advisories for Rock and Walworth counties from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Down to the south, winter weather advisories for northern Illinois, but this is a big winter storm. You can see winter storm warnings from just south of Detroit through St. Louis down into parts of Oklahoma and northern Texas, with winter weather advisories to the north and south of there. Meanwhile, to the south, while this system is going, the southern part of the storm producing severe weather and a tornado watch in effect down near the Gulf Coast. So this storm has a lot of stuff associated with it. Fortunately, we're just on the northern fringes. Again, winter weather advisory, Rock County from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Overnight, low of 29 in Monroe, 30 in Janesville, with some light snow developing by morning. Tomorrow, some light snow and flurries, high temperature at 31 degrees. On planning your day, you can see the snow moving in from south to north during early Wednesday morning, continuing through the morning hours, and then just kind of tapering down to flurries as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures will be right around freezing, so this should primarily be in the form of snow, but with those temperatures right around freezing, there could be some slippery road surfaces, and then the snowfall amounts perhaps highest down toward the Illinois state line, maybe some local 3-inch amounts from, say, Beloit eastward, some heavier amounts across northern Illinois, but north and west of Madison, less than an inch expected. 7 to 10 day forecast. We drop a couple of degrees on Thursday, come back up to 34 on Friday with some snow showers, and that could bring perhaps an inch of snow accumulation, but then the cold air starts pouring in. Saturday, high of 16 in the morning with steady temperatures through the day. Snow showers Saturday, late Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, maybe an inch of accumulation there. And notice by Monday morning, we're down to 2 below zero. Wind chills in the morning, perhaps as cold as 15 to 20 or 25 below zero next week. Highs between about 10 and 15, although even colder weather at the end of next week. Those nighttime low temperatures dropping below zero. As we check out first warn traffic right now, things look pretty good on the area highways. Just a little bit of a slowdown approaching Stoughton Road on the eastbound Beltline, which is kind of usual for this time of day. Otherwise, about a 15 to 16-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. It's the usual 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 southward. Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 will take you 16 minutes. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 20 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. The Oscar nominations are out, and the sci-fi film Everything Everywhere All at Once leads the pack with 11 nominations. Also nominated, blockbusters Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water. Elvis, The Banshees of Inisherin, and The Fabelmans are also vying for Best Picture, as are Tar, All Quiet on the Western Front, Women Talking, and Triangle of Sadness. The awards will be presented March 12th. You can find the full list of nominations at channel3000.com. Still to come tonight at 5, how the COVID lockdown turned a brainy British boy into a genius. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
2023, eye care Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us, and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. Eye care is looking out for you and your health.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness. Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland. Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A lot of folks use the COVID lockdown to learn something new.
But few accomplished what a talented toddler in the UK managed to pull off. CBS's Ian Lee has the story from London.
Teddy Hobbs just might be the brainiest little boy in Britain. For one, the 4-year-old could count to 100 before he was 2. Now he can do it in 7 languages.
But I just assumed, every child has their own quirk. Each child develops slightly quicker in something else than the other ones, and we just assumed that was his thing.
The clever kid found his love of learning during lockdown, wanting to watch only educational shows.
What are you cutting it out to make?
A shape of Kenya.
His brilliance caught the attention of Mensa, and he became their youngest member in the UK. The High IQ Society only accepts people who score in the 98th percentile or higher on an intelligence test.
So he was 3 years and 7 months, and it said his letter and word recognition was at 8 years and 10 months.
Teddy's impressive report card includes teaching himself to read at 2 years old.
Teddy has done all of this himself. When we go out and we give him the option of a treat, he wants a book rather than chocolate.
Despite being a boy genius, he's still just a boy.
He's absolutely a normal 4-year-old boy. He finds poo really funny.
That's not my bee.
His family wonders if Teddy's younger sister will follow in his footsteps. Those are some big, or rather little shoes to fill. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Here in the U.S., a 2-year-old girl from Kentucky is the youngest child to join Mensa.
Smart kids. And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Need to update your furniture? Menards has the furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $2.99 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional, a new recliner, or love seat? Buy one today, get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In-store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Well, things pretty quiet right now. We've got mostly cloudy skies here in Madison, but no snow falling. That'll change tomorrow. You can see nothing showing up on Doppler radar. Right now, 35 degrees in Oregon, 30 in Madison, 29 degrees in Cross Plains. Most of the southern Wisconsin seeing temperatures right around the freezing mark, but we are expecting cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 20s this evening. But again, that winter weather advisory for Rock County and areas farther to the south from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon for about 1 to 3 inches of snow.
All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell is up next.